18 secret passageways you can visit. Number 18, Britannia Manor. Don't be fooled by the name. Britannia Manor, owned by Richard Garriott, a video game designer, is located in Austin, Texas. Garriott had a series of hidden rooms built throughout the large house, including a dungeon. In the 80s and 90s, Britannia Manor used to host as a haunted house during Halloween that was free of charge most of the time, with some tickets being sold for charity. As of 2014, Britannia Manor has since been sold. Number 17, reading room at the National Library in Austria. While most libraries have study rooms readily available for patrons, the National Library in Austria has study rooms for those who know where to look. Look behind the right bookshelves, and you'll find a private reading room that was originally used so that people who knew about them could read with more sunlight. As the use of electricity was undiscovered back then, and only sunlight was used instead of fire, since there were so many books they had to keep safe. Number 16, Kansas City Underground. Kansas City's tunnel under 8th Street was open to the public in 2016, though the tunnel structure was completed in 1888. It was used as a cable car line in the 20th century, before the whole line system was shut down by mid-century. Events used to be hosted in the tunnel, such as art screenings, parties, and scavenger hunts. But due to its increasingly wet conditions, the tunnel has been deemed unstable. Some tours for the public are still held every now and then. Number 15, Magic Kingdom. Used for workers to get from one area of the park to another without the crowds, as well as costume changes, the underground tunnel at Disney World Orlando is open for tours, though lots of visitors don't even know about it. These utilidor tunnels were part of Walt Disney's vision for the theme park and runs nearly 400,000 square feet underneath it. It is also where the operations for the rides and attractions are located. You can book a tour of the tunnels known as the Keys to the Kingdom tour. Number 14, Hidden Chamber of Stolen Books at Mont Saint-Odile. The hidden chambers at this old French monastery was unknown to the resident monks until 2002. Old and valuable books and scrolls were stolen from the library and were then found inside the monastery itself in a hidden chamber that was accessible through a secret passageway. Mont Saint-Odile is now open as a hotel that is a popular tourist destination. Number 13, Lakeland Asylum in Louisville, Kentucky. On a creepier note, a set of tunnels under Louisville's old and now shut down Lakeland Asylum is now open for anyone to check out. Thought to be haunted, these tunnels were known for being ways patients at the asylum used as means of escape. Number 12, Passage du Grand Cerf. During the late 1700s, a maze of passages were built throughout the streets of Paris. One of the famous ones is the Passage of Grand Cerf, recently restored after years of disuse. It is named after the famous hotel that was near it, before it was shut down by the time of the French Revolution. Visitors of this passage will find a market and various other shops and restaurants in its narrow halls. Number 11, Palazzo Vecchio. Like Paris, Florence also has a boast of hidden passages throughout its ancient city. They were built for the purpose of concealing anything from planning plots to hidden secret lovers of the nobility that stayed there centuries ago. Located near a copy of Michelangelo's statue of David, you can take a tour of the palace's hidden rooms and staircases for a little over €5. Number 10, Las Vegas Secret Tunnels. This isn't exactly the attraction the city of Las Vegas is known for. Under the neon signs and crowded streets of the Las Vegas Strip lie dark tunnels that many have not only walked through, but also call home. And while it's not exactly safe to do so, many tourists try and find entrances through these tunnels that up to 1,000 homeless people have been reported to be residing there at a time. Number 9, Boston Abandoned Subway. Below Boston's many of famous landmarks is an old railway route that is no longer in use. Most of the tunnels were abandoned during the 20th century after rail lines were closed down. One of the abandoned tunnels includes one that inspired the work of horror writer H.P. Lovecraft. Another tunnel, Tremont, has been remade into a park. Number 8, Drum Castle Hidden Room. Drum Castle is one of Scotland's top historic attractions. Originally a castle constructed in the 14th century, it is now made up of newer extensions added throughout later centuries. A secret chamber was found in 2013, which gave way to the legend that Mary Irvine hid her brother from the capture of redcoats in the 1600s. Number 7, Detroit Tunnels. These tunnels in Detroit were once used for rum running during Prohibition in America. Since Windsor, Ontario was close to Michigan, it became a hub of smuggling alcohol and did so with the help of these passageways under Detroit. Above the tunnel is a famous tavern that is open to this day. Not only that, but it's also thought that some of the tunnels might have been utilized for the Underground Railroad a century earlier. Number 6. Derinkuyu. An ancient underground city in Turkey has been preserved for centuries. While inhabitants have long left, it is still a place of great marvel. There are 11 levels to the city, with connections for water wells and other underground cities in the region. The way it's built has been proved to be ingenious, as most of its structures are still strong and presumably safe. No one knows exactly what group of people built the city, although many have used it. Number 5. Wolf's Lair. Wolf's Lair is known for being a place Nazis resided during World War II. Hitler spent over 2 years living here, and with its thousands of inhabitants, only 10% were women, and his famous girlfriend, Eva Braun, never stayed here. Orders to destroy it were carried out in 1945, yet even after the use of explosives. Wolf's Lair stayed intact for the most part. Tours are available to people visiting Germany. Number 4. 21 Club. Cities in Prohibition America was an era where many secret rooms and passages were made. One of the most famous speakeasies in New York City that still remains as a place of dining and drinking is the 21 Club. Originally dubbed the Redhead in 1922, it became known as the 21 later on. Now, the club has a dress code, though jackets can be lent out if someone forgets to wear one. Number 3. The Cu Chi Tunnels, Vietnam. Used during the Vietnam War, the Cu Chi Tunnels are a series of underground tunnels in Ho Chi Minh City. Breathing room and food was hard to maintain down here, not to mention the bugs and vermin that ran rampant in the dark halls. Nowadays, it serves as a tourist attraction as a war memorial. Number 2. The King's Apartments in Versailles. King Louis XIV was the mastermind behind the palatial fantasy world of Versailles. On top of coming up with the ideas for places like Hall of Mirrors and the Garden of Versailles, he also made sure to sneak in a few hidden apartments, strictly for his use and for those he permitted in them. Like many royal castles, Versailles consists of hidden doorways that led to various parts of the property, with one right in the king's bedroom. Today, many people can visit Versailles and take a peek through the ostentatious design, both in the decor and the structure. Number 1. Winchester Mystery House. Located in San Jose, California, the Winchester House, or the Winchester Mystery House, achieved fame because of its eerie reputation. Closed in 1922 as a residence, it has been open as a tourist attraction for a while now. It stands at 7 stories and is known for its doors and stairs, uneven rooms, and expansive additions that did not make sense to build. Many horror films and television shows have been inspired by the Winchester. New rooms are being discovered all the time.